This is Florida Natural Farming at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. I was just checking how much space I have in here to, start putting plants. I harp about plastic and everything, but it's just impossible to get away from. So I have this like screen on this pool that's definitely like shade cloth. So I'm gonna just have the shade cloth replaced with something that's more 80% shade, I guess. And then put my plants in here. And then I'd probably use it more. Because I never go in there except for to check the, the nasty chemicals that go in there. But, so I got gifted this plumeria from a friend I met through my channel that moved here from California, near here, and it's like really super healthy plant. It has no rust. It's a seedling plumeria with very good parentage, and I'm just hoping it like decides to bloom. Looks like it's gonna get huge. I divided some torch ginger and put in here. There was that nasty hedge in here, which I tried to get out, and it's got all these horrible aroids growing in it that just, and this native vine, beneficial vine. The cows like to eat the leaves of this stuff, so I think if I'm not organic certified, I could run my cows through here in the winter, have them thin some stuff out, because they're not going to eat stuff that's toxic to them. They don't do that. My cows, they know how to eat what's right and what's wrong, but I have to think about it. I have a lot of little trees. I'm sure they'd eat those. I'm gonna look at my aroids for a second. I got gifted this, he called it something, I forget what it was, but I'm pretty positive it's just the tree kale, the African tree kale. And I've had this before and I love it. And you just do cuttings of it off here and it gets quite large, like 6 feet, and it's evergreen. So it lasted 2 years in the ground. The leaves get huge on it. It's like each leaf is a meal. I like it. It's got a beautiful blue color. This bandit orchid just keeps blooming and blooming and blooming, and it's a scented one. I love it. Put some more up there. Gets kind of full sun. It's been hot. It hasn't rained, so it's kind of dry and nasty. Our little swamp area has got dry areas in it, islands, which it's never had in the summer before. And we got like 3 sets of little ducks, baby ducks in there, wood ducks, and it looks like another type of duck. That live in there. So hopefully we'll get some rain today, so I'm hoping for that. So I'm gonna look at my houseplants, my rare aroids that I got to plant in the orchard floor, because they're like super beneficial. They make me feel better. I know people put them in their house for house plants. A lot of people grow them as hydroponics inside their house. It's something I am firmly against, because we're all connected by the web of life, water and air, and what you put into the system will be the air that you breathe. So if you're using fungicides and slow release fertilizers and pesticides indoors, chances are they're going to wind up in you. The stuff that the the PFASs that are in a lot of these slow release fertilizers will wind up in you. So that's why I'm against them. It's nothing against you. It's just, people have developed ways to get people to buy products, and that's one of the products that they buy. And you don't have to do that. You just have to get good potting soil and water correctly, from what I can see. They're pretty easy. That's why people use them as houseplants. But when you grow them in a foreign way, so in a soilless medium, then your plants are more likely to succumb to disease and pest pressures if the environment's not completely controlled. So that's why they put them in tents inside their houses. If they put them in potting soil, probably they'd be able to not have to live in a tent. But anyway, so I got a new one. This is Philodendron Splendid. And these are all juvenile forms. These are just cuttings I did of Mascara, Philodendron Mascara, Sharonia Mascara, and Esmeraldance, and Speriorum. But this one is a cross. I've started venturing into hybrids now because I've got enough species. So now I'm getting hybrids. So that's a hybrid between this. I love this one, Verrucosum, Philodendron Verrucosum. I mean, look at that. They're stunning plants. No denying it. And these are all juvenile forms. They get gigantic leaves. So they're growed up in here. I could see they're gonna take over. That's why I was looking in the pool for space. And this is the other parent. I bought a little cutting of this one. This is Melanochrysum. Leaves get big and black and heart-shaped, similar to Gigas, Philodendron Gigas. This is another cutting I bought, node cutting. Gigas has heavier leaves. Gigas leaves are more like the Philodendron Spiritus Sancti. They're gorgeous, gorgeous plants. I do try to buy them small when I can get them because they're cheap small. They get too expensive when they start getting big like this, and I blew my wad on them already. Too much fighting for spending money on beautiful houseplants. But they're gonna look good out in the orchard floor. So this is that Monstera deliciosa albo node cutting I got that started it all, and I didn't have it in enough sun, so it was turning green, but I see it's got good variegation that came out on it, and I'm waiting to see what that leaf does. Only had slight variegation. I'm like, oh, you need more sun, so that's what I did. This is an Epiprenum pinnatum variegata that was doing the same problem, but it came that way from Equigenera that just didn't have very good variegation. So hopefully the sun will bring it out. It looks like it's trying to now. I'm obsessed. The green people, I love them. They will look good out here. So I think I'm going to pick a Tamarillo off my tree today, just to see. I figured I might as well just do it live on a video, share it with y'all, because Tamarillo is one of the plants that I've been growing here in the ground for 2 years from seed, and this is our first crop. They can't really take freeze, and we did have 2 days of freezing weather, but it seemed to just burn the top leaves, and all the leaves below it survived, and it had little flower buds on it, and they don't quite look right, but I want to taste it anyway, and I just want to see. These fruits have been on here forever. There's a lot of them, and we're going through like a drought period right now, and I'm gonna pick this. I'm sure the drought, these fruit are supposed to be really big. I know it's not ripe all the way. I've never had these before. I got a lot of seeds. Now I can tell I'm not gonna like it. Probably in a salsa would be okay. I guess maybe I'd like it. It's kind of like a I like it actually. It's like a yeah, I'd eat this. It's like a I can't think. I need to do my leaf teas. I'm gonna talk about those. You know, passion fruit. Guess they are ripe. They're sweet. Skin's a little leathery. I'm not gonna eat that. I don't like it. Oops. Anyway, that's my tree tomatoes. I'm gonna start seeds of that. Since you can grow it in the ground here, you have to apply manure. Because I've been lacking inspiration, and I watched Dan, Permaculture Food Forest. He's also a regenerative grower. He does stuff different. We all do stuff different. He does a lot of trees and then he does vegetables underneath. So he's able to get away with probably a higher concentration of nitrogen in his system, because he's growing all that food in there. It's like a layered system, whereas I got weeds and perennial plants and a little bit of annuals. He's got like lots of stuff growing underneath, tomatoes, you name it, he's got it growing in there. It's like a food. The entire thing is all food. So he's a regenerative farmer. I know I said that there's hardly any regenerative farmers out there, but he really does a good job, I think. Knows how to grow, that's for sure. And so he inspired me to talk about I want to look at this tree tomato a little bit. Talk about the leaf teas a little bit. So it like fell over from the wind. I dumped manure around it. I gave it some manure right there. I'm not selling these as organic, so they're not on our thing. I don't have to worry about that next year, so I can put manure around them, and that's what I do because I'm not really afraid of it. It doesn't go into trees and affect plants. And our zebu cattle are holistically grown and have a very well-balanced bacterial system that doesn't favor bacterial pathogens. So I drink these leaf teas. I believe they really help me function better. I like to mix lots of them together. I like to mix like the moringa and the this and an oak leaf and some of this, the biddens, and different trees, fruit trees. I'll collect leaves off of. It's the hog plum, purple hog plum, the wax jambu. This is the first year they did not fruit in like 5 years. But they look healthy. I believe it was because the freeze. They didn't get affected at all from the freeze. Not even a burn, but they just didn't set fruit this year, which was very surprising to me. But I'm not that crazy about the fruit. Sorry, I could change my mind. I mean, when they're good, but they're not that good. The dragon fruit has got some fruit on it. Not a lot, but where is it? There it is. It's big fruit, big ass fruit. Katuk leaves, inga leaves, jackfruit leaves. Trees from all, or leaves from all your trees, and this inga tree is for sure going to give me some fruit this year. I'm just going to, so be it. You're going to do it. Probably if I had some rain, it would help the situation. So I'm going to do my vegetable garden closer to the house, a lot of it this year, and I'm going to do it right here. I've done it here before and it's been good. That's why this asparagus is growing there. Mango leaves. So all these teas, I just like get the water hot, like not quite to a boil, and then I set it. Jackfruit leaves. I set it on my counter in the house with a lid on it till the next day. And then I chill it. And drink it. And you could also use it as a plant fertilizer, because I wanted to check this MB tree because I have somebody coming by to taste fruit, and I see there's still fruit on it, so I haven't checked in a while, so maybe I can get them to taste that, and some achacha and other things. Gotta go check the cashew and see if there's any fruit on that. I'm gonna go check my monstera. I do not make tea leaves from the monstera, from any of the philodendrons, the aroids and stuff. Citrus, mostly from the fruit trees. This is a seed-grown pomelo. A lot of people haven't heard of this. It's like, seems to do really well, and the leaves smell really good. Really good. Turmeric leaves, all the ginger leaves. Not the costas, but the gingers. Star apple. I see you, pepper tree, growing there next to you. I'm gonna pull you out. Nope, can't tolerate that. So even with this drought we've been having, this little egg fruit, seed-grown egg fruit tree is just like not a care in the world. Same with this citrus. Yeah, smaller yards and doing it all the understory and vegetables, I think is like so cool, personally. That's what I would do. It's a quaimuk tree, seed grown obviously. Here's a fruiting quaimuk tree. I'll use leaf tea off this. I see another pepper tree. Yeah, I don't want pepper trees growing up through this. Hell no. I can deal with the weeds, but not the pepper trees. Oh. There's a Garcinia macrophylla. Long, really long, nice leaves. Can I have a leaf, please? No, thank you. Not that one. Look at these gingers. This is not awapui. This is a evergreen ginger like awapui. I thought it was the gold one, but it smells really good. Not too much moisture in them at this point. So this is probably our rarest star apple, the Juicy Pearl, and I'm gonna get a leaf off it. Clean leaf, please. And it's not a kamito, but it's similar. This is a Banisterius. What is it? Banisterius capi? I don't know, something like that. Get a leaf of that. I'm gonna get a latifolia leaf. I got the quaimuk, I got the Juicy Pearl. Get some more different types of ginger. And one of these kamito leaves. Yeah, they definitely are a lot different than that Juicy Pearl. Okay, we need some rain so bad. It's just really, I need rain. It's just bizarre that they tell people to fertilize and water their orchids in Florida. It just doesn't make any sense. Just... So I guess the Indian River Lagoon is full of PFASs, of course, you know, the forever chemicals. The spray from the water contains PFASs from the, you know, the beach water. Well, of course it does. It's like they're getting ready to bloom again, this Phalaenopsis. So these, if you don't cut them back, they will just keep growing and growing and growing and keep blooming off the old flower bud, the Phalaenopsis. fruit on here, but none of it's ready. None of it is ready. It's probably our rarest tree, the Kolak. Talicia florescii. Talsia. This is our fruiting cacao tree. Seed grown. The cacao, it fruited 5 years from seed. Dry farmed. This is a seedling from it. Got one of my aroids planted over there. Philodendron maximus. Got huge, gigantic leaves. It only grows 10 feet into the tree, so should just be right that area. Seems to be doing okay. I've just decided that it's the winter is the best time to propagate. Directly in the ground, direct cuttings directly into the ground. So I've had 100% success with them on Monstera and philodendrons. This is the Noclia latifolia, the African peach. It's the one that excretes synthetic tramadol. Cattle excrete it in their urine and feces after they eat it. It's been used in folk medicine for, obviously it's from Africa, it's indigenous folk medicine from Africa, the Noclia latifolia. A lot of good stuff has come from there. Plants, people, you know. Let's see if there's any fruit on. The African peach looks delicious. Noclia, Nauclea, latifolia, Latifolia. African peach, look it up, it looks delicious. They seem to grow in full sun and in shade, so get a little leggy in the shade, but it's a fast grower. I'm sure it'll be fruiting here soon. One of them. We have 2 trees. So this is a Gardneriana, Garcinia gardneriana, and it gave us quite a bit of fruit and did not give us another bloom, which is a little unusual, but that's okay. We have one in full sun that gave us fruit and another bloom, so I'm not sure what that's about. Guavas. I could see if we have guavas ripe. Huh. I know we have ripe. I'll go to the guavas this way. There's a reason I was going over here. Noticing I have lots of bananas to divide, so I'm gonna put them all through here. I'm up to over 150 bananas that I've divided, so I just keep pulling pups off of them and dividing them, but I like to do it when it's cool, so in the winter. I don't want to stroke out here. This is a santal tree. Has not fruited, but it seemed to be just fine with the cold. Okay, we got world's best mulberries. They probably have that. Everyone has these in their food forest, I'm sure. But looks like I got some fruit there. Black zapotes. They always give us lots of fruit. Yeah, there's lots. Here's a, you can't even see it, this achacha tree. I guess I need a achacha leaf. Thank you, tree. Boy, this our bananas are starting to amp back up. We had a little slowdown after the freeze. And we got 2 clumps after the freeze, but then nothing bloomed for a while, which was shocking actually. And look at all these freaking guavas on here. I'm not big on guavas, but I like their flavor, and I'll take a leaf for my tea, please. Boy, this thing's getting huge. When did you grow over here? But I don't see any ripe guavas. Well, I got Tamarillo seeds. I wanted seeds, manure. People like manure. I guess I don't need a license to sell manure, fertilizer license, which is good. I looked it up. I was gonna pay my thing. I thought maybe I was out of that. I thought I had to do it, but I don't. Got little gingers in here, you know, culinary ginger and taro and achachas that every now and then I will see it in achacha, but I don't see any right now. It's hard to see the little trees when you're walking through. Here's a mango that froze. Never got any. It's amazing that it still is holding on to its leaves. And hasn't rotted. No beetles in the wood. I mean, it's been 7 months almost. The leaves normally would have fallen off, I would think. Okay, I got something here. Not sure what it is. I have so much stuff here that I planted and I don't mark because I don't want to walk on it looking for it. That's why I don't do it. I don't want to walk on the soil. I think that's very important in Florida. Just like the sand dunes you don't walk on at the beach. That's how your soil is at our farm. Okay. I know I have a cha-cha, so I'm not gonna even check that tree. I've shown it enough. I throw that in people's face nonstop, then they want to come, and I kind of like, it's like, look at this little lemon drop mangosteen tree is like loaded. It's pretty much fruits year round. I think I picked fruit off this right after the freeze. I know I picked fruit off of it in December, and the garcinias are just super I'm so glad I started this farm because of the Garcinias, because they just are doing so well. They're just beyond expectations. So easy. This is the, you know, Gardneriana. Lemon drop mangosteen, the big one. Black sapote. I should check this tree over here. This is a female Seashore mangosteen. I've shown videos of when it had fruit on it, little fruitlets. They all dropped off. I don't see any new leaves. They tend to flower when the leaves are coming out, and since it's been so dry, I don't think it's doing anything. So it's a nice looking tree. Seem to have one male and one female Humbromianas, which is good. Garcinia Humbromiana. So I haven't been able to get any fruit off my cashew because of the birds, but I've been getting seeds, and people would, you know, buy them here and there, and I need to plant some here, so I'm not really looking to sell a lot of cashew seeds. I need more trees so that I can get some fruit. You know, the birds need more trees, obviously, and I love the juice. And I thought about putting the string through the tree, the thread, but I don't know. I don't check the tree often enough. If I had a small yard, so the birds might get tangled in it and be trapped there, and I don't want to do that to the birds. But I would have to watch it. I wouldn't use any I would get an organic thread, and but if I had a smaller yard, I would definitely do the thread. If I could just look out the window and see something dangling in from this thread, because it could get wrapped around their legs. I don't want to do that to poor little birds. So the black sapotes are really, this tree has never really been a good producer. In fact, I don't think it's ever produced, but this year it looks like it's going to produce. Not a huge bloom, but I'll take it. It's a seedling jackfruit. This is a grafted jackfruit that last year gave us some fruit, but I don't see any. I don't smell any. I don't see any. Not yet. There's a seed-grown jackfruit. I'll get one of the leaves off this. Anyway, this is Florida Natural Farming at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. I hope you have a beautiful day.